Hey guys, and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. So today we're doing a bit of a comparison of the reiterated Mosasaurus from Jurassic World in the Hasbro toy line and comparing it with the original release. Now this isn't really much of a review. I have already reviewed the Mosasaurus. If you do want to see the full review for it, I will throw a link down in the description. But this is a significant enough change to warrant a comparison at the very least. I'm going to go ahead and do that here for you. So you might be asking, what's different about this Mosasaurus? Well, the paint scheme is different on this Mosasaurus, and quite a bit so. Just real quick, I have the original right there. You can see that the coloration is quite a bit different. There's a lot less blue. The shade of blue on this one looks to be a little bit different. As far as the box goes, it's completely identical as far as I can tell to the original release. I don't usually keep the boxes on the Jurassic World toys, so I don't have the original box to compare for you. It looks to be the same as far as I can tell. If anybody knows for sure if there's anything different about it, feel free to chime in. But I'm pretty sure this is about the same. As far as underneath here, there is a date stamp there, 53071. Not that you would really need that if you're looking for the updated version, because it's very obvious whether or not it's the updated version just from looking at it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this girl out of the box. We'll go ahead and get them compared and see what the differences are exactly. Alright you guys, and here they are side by side. On the left hand side we have the original release, and then on the right hand side we have the new release. As you can see, the sculpts are 100% the same. There is no difference in terms of sculpt here. I just want to make that clear. The only thing different here is going to be the paint. So the new one, as you can see, is a lot richer in color. There's a lot more blue covering its body, whereas the original, you can see it has a lot more. It's not exactly white, but it's like a really light blue that she has on her body. Give you a full frontal look at these two lovely ladies, and there's not really anything as far as improvements go. If you want to call the additional blue an improvement, I would say it's an improvement. Then that's cool, but there's really nothing else here that differentiates them other than that one has more blue on its body. The eyes look to be pretty much about the same. I don't see anything that stands out for them to be different. I would say the original maybe has a little bit more of a shadowing, like here around its eye area. But it's very slight. I wouldn't really say that's a variation. It's just like slight differences from manufacturing. The teeth look to be about the same. I would say my original one has a little bit more sloppy looking teeth in terms of paint. The new one looks a little bit cleaner. There's a little bit of a red spot right there, probably from the mouth color. Other than that, it seems to be about the same. Underneath, pretty much the same color. The new one has a little bit more of a I would say they're about the same. It just looks a little bit different in terms of whatever shade this is, like a really light blue. And from the tails, you can also see that they're more or less the same, but you are going to get more blue on the new one. Underneath the tails, you definitely see more blue on the new one. And as far as the actual shade of blue goes, they seem to be about the same. I kind of feel like the new one has a little bit of a different shade of blue. Could be very, very slight though. Dino damage is the same on the original release. Get your dino damage in there. And on the new one, it seems like you got to hit it a little bit harder, but there it is there. And they look to be about the same. I would say that maybe the new one down here looks a little bit glossier. Other than that though, it seems to be the exact same dino damage. JW logos are about the same as well. I think it looks a little bit nicer here on the new one. And as far as its action features go, let's try out the original. And then the new one, about the same. This one kind of gets stuck a little bit. Yeah, I don't really notice anything different. I was thinking maybe they tightened the springs or something. I mean, it seems like it recoils a little bit quicker, maybe. Maybe very slightly different. It's about the same. This does feel a little bit smoother to me. This one just feels a little bit more jerky, I would say. And then, of course, it gets caught. But, I mean, other than that, it's really not a huge difference. It does feel a little bit smoother, but I kind of feel like there's a little bit more of a squeakiness to it. You can kind of hear the spring more on that one. Yeah, definitely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Jurassic World Mosasaurus versus Submarine version 2.0. On the whole, guys, it's not really a whole lot of an upgrade. I would say that the paint is certainly an improvement, but the thing you got to keep in mind is that the Mosasaurus really wasn't this color in Jurassic World. If anything, it was more of like a deep gray color. On the Jurassic World website, however, it does show that they were originally going to make the Mosasaurus this blue color, and that is definitely more similar to the new version than the old one, because if you look on the Jurassic World website, you can see the Mosasaur, and it has a lot more blue along its body with, a little bit of white underneath. So I do think that this one is more faithful to that, but neither of them are really accurate to the film. So whether or not you should pick up one of the new ones, well, that's totally up to you. If you already have the old one, you don't necessarily need to get the new one. I don't think there's really enough going on here that warrants a purchase. But if you're OCD like me and you want to have the one that you think looks more faithful to the film, well, the one in the film was not blue, but it was more uniform in color, and that one is definitely the case with the new release. Other than that, the packings are the same, Submarine's the same, so there's nothing different about that. I'm going to go ahead and keep the new one because I like it better, and it does look closer to what's on the Jurassic World website, but it isn't something I would fret over if you cannot find the new one. If you can, great. If not, it's really your call as to whether or not you want to pick one of these up. All right, my friends, stay tuned because there's a lot to get through. I have Star Wars 6-inch, I have Star Wars 3 3/4 inch. I got Mattel Ghostbusters, I got DC Collectibles, Arkham Knight, I got Mafex, the Dark Knight trilogy, Swamp Thing, and a whole lot of other miscellaneous things coming within the next couple months, so stay tuned. As always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. I greatly appreciate your viewership. Every like and subscribe definitely goes noticed, and I want to thank you for that. If you have any questions for me, you can leave them down at the bottom or hit me up on Facebook and Twitter, and I will certainly get back to you because I do answer every comment that I receive. All right, you guys, until next time, bye-bye.